actually. It's about how we make crucial things. Medicines, food, medical devices. We're talking about sustainable, green chemistry manufacturing. And, with all the environmental pressures, climate change, resources getting scarce, new rules, these industries, well, they have to change. They really do. It's not just a nice thing to do anymore. It's becoming essential. Smart manufacturing. So yeah, our mission today is to dig into how these big sectors are actually using industry. What are the core ideas? And what they do for the planet, but also for the company.
Okay, so green chemistry, it sounds like it's more than just pharmaceuticals, right?
Exactly. It's much more fundamental. Green chemistry is really about designing people products and the processes to make them
Think of it like designing a car for fuel efficiency right from the start, instead of just planting trees later to offset emissions. Prevention is the key word.
Prevention. That makes sense. Designing the hazard out. And I guess it's not only about being green. Are there other payoffs?
Oh, absolutely. Big time. When companies embrace this, they often find ways to make things run smoother.
Yeah.
They can actually save money.
Really? Cost savings too.
Yeah, definitely. And it contributes to better public health, all while shrinking their environmental footprint. So win-win situation.
Okay, let's get into the nuts and bolts then. What's the foundation here? Is there like a set of rules or guidelines for green chemistry?
Yes, there is. The whole field is really guided by the 12 principles. These are laid out by they're kind of the roadmap for sustainable innovation.
Okay, that sounds can you give us an
Sure. So number one is prevention. It's just better then there's atom economy. Basically, you want as much of your starting materials as possible to build one final product. Less stuff wasted.
right, efficiency.
Seven is using renewable feedstocks, starting materials from plants or other renewable sources, not fossil fuels. 8 is reduce derivative, try to avoid extra steps in the synthesis that just create waste. And 9 is catalysis. Using catalysts is way better because they speed things up and aren't used up, unlike stoichiometric reagents.
That's right.
The final 3. 10 is designed for degradation. More products break down in harmless reactions.
Smart, so they don't stick around.
Exactly. 11 is real-time analysis for prevention.
Right.
Basically, watch the process as it happens and catch it. And 12 is inherently safer chemistry. Accident. Designing things with reduced risks. And those 12 together, they really provide a solid framework.
It really does sound like a whole program. Let's zoom in on the pharmaceutical industry. That sector, well, it often gets flagged for having a pretty big environmental footprint. Right?
That's true historically. Pharma manufacturing could be very resource heavy, generate quite a bit of waste. Things are definitely changing. Those principles we just talked about, they're driving a real shift.
How so?
There's a much stronger focus now on atom economy, like I said. Using safer solvents is a big one. And just finding smarter, shorter ways to make the drug molecules. More efficient synthesis runs.
Are there specific sort of new methods becoming mainstream?
Yeah, absolutely. Continuous flow chemistry is really interesting. Instead of big batches, it's like a continuous production line for chemicals.
Yeah.
It allows for better control and less waste. This is why They use less energy, but still keep the food safe and preserve nutrients.
Okay.
Things like solar-assisted drying for fruits or jerky, perhaps. And water reuse is becoming much more sophisticated because food production uses enormous amounts of water.
Yeah, I bet.
So these techs cut greenhouse gases, save water, and they can lower operating costs. That gives companies an edge.
Lower impact, lower costs. Okay, third industry. Medical devices. This feels different. Safety and precision are absolutely not. How does green chemistry even factor in there?
You're right, the stakes are incredibly high. Safety, accuracy, paramount. But even here, sustainable practices in green chemistry are making inroads. It's driven by regulations, sure,
What kind of material innovations are you talking about?
one really big one is biodegradable. Things like PLA, implants that are designed to be absorbed by the body over time. Drug delivery systems. Huge benefits that bring them naturally.
So less persistent medical risks.
Exactly. It tackles a big environmental problem associated with healthcare.
What about manufacturing? Making the devices themselves.
There's a definite push to reduce or eliminate hazardous substances used in production. For example, using some molding processes, or using plasma surface treatments instead of harsh chemicals to repair surfaces, switching to water-based coatings instead of solvent-based ones.
And the benefit there is.
It's twofold. Protects the workers making the devices from exposure to harmful stuff, and potentially leads to safer devices for patients too. Fewer residual
Are there any sort of broader digital twins, like a virtual Those all sound positive, but it can't be all smooth sailing, right? What are the main roadblocks or challenges to getting this?
No, it's definitely not without challenges. A major one is often the upfront cost and investment. New green tech can be expensive, especially for smaller companies without deep pockets. Regulations and compliance can also be tricky. Rules vary a lot from place to place, which makes it hard to standardize. And while the science is moving fast, there are still some technical limitations. In some areas, we just don't yet have green alternatives that are effective. Research is ongoing. There's the gaps.
Real world constraints. Is there anything happening on a bigger global scale to help push past these international?
Or the UN Sustainable Development Goals. The SDGs, they set the stage. They create targets for emissions, resource use, responsible production,
Right, setting global goals.
and that encourages industries and governments to act. Plus, many countries, Germany, Japan, the US, for example, have specific policies to promote green chemistry. Things like grants or loans for companies investing in green tech, maybe tax breaks, and sometimes new environmental regulations that sort of nudge or force companies towards greener methods.
So a mix of carrots and sticks, globally and nationally. Okay, let's just recap the benefits. The company does it. What are the main upsides?
Broadly, three areas. First, environmental. machine learning, for instance. They could dramatically speed up the discovery of new, sustainable chemical processes or help design greener materials from scratch.
AI define green solutions fast.
Exactly. Then there's carbon capture and utilization, CCU, taking waste heroes and actually turning it into useful things. Fuels, chemicals, building materials.
Turning a problem into a resource.
Precisely. The push towards zero-waste production gets stronger, designing systems where everything is reused. And that ties into the broader idea of circularity, moving away from take, make, dispose toward systems where products are reused, refurbished, refined, minimizing extraction.
It sounds like a really dynamic field. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the key message?
I think the main thing is that sustainability and green chemistry is part of that. It's just not all pharma, food, medical devices. It's really become a strategic necessity for long-term success. Embracing it isn't just about protecting the planet, though that's crucial. It's also about efficiency, innovation, building trust with your customers. It leads to resilience, brand strength. It's the future, really.
Yeah, it feels undeniable. The future of manufacturing looks green, and acting now seems like the smart move, not just the right one.
And then maybe a final thought to leave you with. Think about the connections and innovation in green chemistry for, say, pharmaceuticals. That spark an idea for manufacturing. Or a medical device breakthrough that inspires something that's sustainable.
That's a great point. Well, thanks for exploring this with us.
Thank you, viewers, for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your colleagues. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button below, so you never miss out on valuable insights. I'm Brian Edmonds, signing off. See you in the next one.